Hey, this is Brian from Wright732.com, and something I want to talk about today is customers. Are customers always right? It really depends. If you're dealing with the right customers, they're going to be right. So who's the right customer? The customer is the person that you've recruited because you've targeted them as the best possible person for your business. Now, the best person for your business goes back to some of the main principles I talk about. You should really only be targeting people that actually could benefit from your service. They can afford your service, and they're going to be open to the idea of it. So that's the right person, and that's the person that's always going to be right. If you're just marketing to the mass public or just fielding pretty much anyone who comes your way, you're always going to have a little bit of a friction situation because you're going to be dealing with people that don't understand your price point, may not understand your product, or they're people that have other ideas about your service or whatever because they just haven't been confronted with your targeted marketing and branding. And that's really the key to finding success in any business, is having very targeted branding and marketing that educates the proper consumer for your business so that they understand who you are, what you do, what your price point is, so that you're dealing with someone that's pretty educated and has a desire to do business with you. That makes the process so much easier, and then that creates less friction with your staff, and then you have less staff complaints. You know, one of the biggest problems I get walking into a retail outfit is I'll walk into a store, and in a lot of cases, you'll see the staff will be circled around the counter, and they're not always talking about the best things. Sometimes you get staff talking about personal life, but then a lot of times you'll get staff that's talking about customers or the owners of the company or things of that nature in a negative way. And that puts a customer in a bad spot because a lot of people think in their head, well, if they can talk about somebody when they're not here, what are they going to say about me? And that doesn't create, the best shopping experience for people. And it doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. People are going to have a process of walking in and becoming acquainted with your business and then leaving again. They could be sitting in your lobby if you're some kind of firm or office, or they could be walking into your retail shop. Or if you really think about it, they could be looking you up online and they could be finding the negative chatter. I've had businesses that have had their own employees putting on social media really bad things about the companies they work for. Forget about, customers putting up bad things. Those are the worst case scenarios. So the best thing you can do from the front end of it to minimize the process having stress is really targeting that customer, understanding exactly who you want to have walk through your doors, and marketing directly to them in a way that educates them so they come in with an idea of what the experience is going to be, and they're going to be more inclined to express clearly what they want in a way that's appropriate to what you offer. And that makes it so much easier for the staff. And then when it comes to the staff, you do have to follow up with them that the customer really is always right when they're the right customer. If it's the wrong customer, you just want them to go. Taking money from the wrong customer is not a good thing for the bottom line long term. Taking money from the right customer in the right way with a positive experience that creates a long-term relationship is the optimal way to do business. Some businesses, they need foot traffic, they need the random. Money is money. You need to acquire it any way you can, but at the same time, you don't want to give up long-term money to accommodate a short-term client. You want to really work with clients to create the best long-term relationship possible. And that's where marketing and branding really come into play. So understand your marketing, your branding, your understanding of your customer and how that's really going to impact the process. It's going to eliminate a lot of the negativity with your staff. And if you do have staff that doesn't have the ability to process the right customer in the right way, they need to go, or you have to figure out where the holes are in your training process. All right, I hope that helps you out today. I'll talk to you soon.